Darn that. Internet's super fun when it works. Okay, so as I shared earlier, my friend Danielle had a really great presentation at Leadership, and she and I were on the plane to Las Vegas together, so I had a sneak peek as to what she was going to talk about. I was really excited for her presentation, and I didn't have time to make a really fancy slide, but I want to share with you what she shared, and I want you to absorb the information in two ways. When Danielle was sharing this information at Leadership, she's talking to coaches who are 5-star and above. You have to be a 5-star diamond and above to attend Leadership. So she's talking to coaches who may have some challenges, some questions, and some big goals on their team. But at the same time she was sharing this information, it was a gut check for a lot of us listening personally. So as you're listening to this information and you're looking at these questions, I want you to take them in two ways. I want you to use it to assess your team, because we all have coaches on our team who come to us and say, I want this. I really want this. I want this. I want this. I want to build this business. I want to do something with it. I want you to use these questions to help you assess if that's true. I also want you to use these questions, like I did as a recipient in the audience too, as a gut check personally. Because if you are truly in this business and you do want it in your life, you want to do something with it, then the answer to most of these questions will be yes. And if they're not, then it's a great tool for assessment for ourselves personally. So I'm going to pull up my Google slide and we're going to talk through them. If I can find my Google slide now that I got kicked off, we're going to talk through them. And I want you to really think about both your team and you. So let's see if they're going to pull up. Give me 1 second. It's not going to be super fancy, but that's okay. We don't need super fancy. Let me find my screen share here. Well, this is really just going to be, I'm just going to read them to you. That's what I'm going to do because my screen share is not going to pop up. That's okay. I'm going to read you these questions and we're just going to talk through them. And then I'll put the graphic in the team page. No big deal. All right. Question number one. These are questions to ask yourself and to ask of your teammates. So if you have a coach on your team that's like, I really want this, I want to do this, I want to build this business. These are 15 questions to ask. Number one, and I'm expecting that you're writing these down. Are you being proof the product works? And are you showing that on social media? Are you being proof the product works? And are you showing that on social media? That is question number one. So if someone comes to you and says, I want to work this business, I want to do this business, I want to be a diamond coach, I want to be a star diamond coach, I want to replace my income, whatever, your first question is, are you being proof the product works and are you showing that on social media? And that means, are you doing our programs? Are you drinking Shakeology? Are you using the performance line? Are you using the beach bars? And are you sharing it? Because you can be using it all day long, and if nobody knows you're using it, nobody knows they can get it from you. So that's the first question. Are you proof the product works? And are you sharing that on social media? Number two, is your status active? Now, this might seem like a silly question. You know, if you are running an Elevate to Emerald or a Push to Diamond group, and someone comes to you and says, I want in, and then you go back and you're doing some checking and you see their status isn't active, it's going to be challenging for you to coach them, isn't it? Because they're not even engaged enough in the business to have active status, which is going to come into play in another one of the questions. But that's question number two. Is your coach's status active? And if it's not, then no matter how much they tell you that they want it, probably that's not true. Gut check yourself too. If your status is inactive, how much do you want to build this business? And you must want to build this business or you wouldn't be on a call at 7 p.m. on a Sunday night. So you do. Number three, Are you currently receiving a monthly subscription product? Write it down. Are you currently receiving a monthly subscription product? So when your coach comes to you and says, I really want this, I want to get to diamond, I want to build this business, I want to replace my income from this other job, and I want to do this, are you currently receiving a monthly subscription product? Because if they're not, then they're not all in. And we've got lots of options for monthly subscription products. Shakeology, of course, being number one. Why we wouldn't be drinking that every single day, that would be crazy. Because please, you guys, I drank it when it tasted like dirt. So if I can drink it when it tastes like dirt, we can drink it when it tastes really awesome now. But we've got all the performance line. We've got beach bars. We've got daily sunshine. We've got lots of options for a monthly subscription product. And if a coach is not investing in their business, they probably don't want to grow their business. So that's question number 4. When they come to you and say, I'm all in, I want to do this, are you on a monthly subscription product? That's number 3, sorry. Number 4. Have you completed a program start to finish? Start to finish. This was a game changer for me. So I love to talk about this because this completely changed my business, which means it changed my life. When I finally understood the importance of completing a program start to finish, I was a master trainer and a fitness instructor, and I was teaching our formats. And it took me a while to understand that I also had to be doing our formats at home. And on a personal level right now, I work out less than I ever have in my life. I follow our programs and our calendars, and I get better results now than I ever did when I was teaching all those classes and training all those classes and not following the calendar. So if they're telling you that they want to be all in and they want to build this business and they want to build income and they want to be a diamond and they want to do all this, are they following one of our programs start to finish? Because our trainers know what they're doing and they know more than we do. So we need to follow the calendar that they designed. That's number 4. Number 5. This was a gut check for me because sometimes I'm not as good about this as I need to be. Do you listen to the National Wake Up Call either live or recorded? Do you listen to the National Wake Up Call either live or recorded? And that is a habit that is challenging for me sometimes. So that was a real gut check for me to remind myself that, it's easy to, I can very rarely listen to it live just because it's 11 a.m. here and that's kind of a wonky time, Eastern time. But then that means it's on me to be listening to it recorded, because if I think that there's not going to be information valuable that I can use, then I need to probably get out of this business. So do you listen to the National Wake Up Call live or recorded? Again, is your coach coming to you saying, I want to build this business? If they're not engaging in the information that's coming from corporate, it's going to be really tough to build a business. Use that as a gut check for yourself as well. Number 6, do you listen to the Sparta Nation call live or recorded? Yes, we just recently reinstated them on Sunday nights. And yes, I've been gone all weekend and got home about 3 hours ago. And yes, I'm still on the team call because I believe it's that important. I believe that I made a mistake in not having regular team calls. And guess what? Every day is a chance to course correct. So that's what we're doing. And if we're offering this and we're giving this tool to our team, then I think coaches should be on it, because I think the information is going to help you grow your business. That's the point. It's to help us all grow our businesses, to move our businesses forward. So if your coaches are coming to you saying, I want to build the business, and they're not engaging in the team call, chances are they don't want to really build the business. Number 7, this is such a no-brainer, especially for this team. Are you registered for Summit? Are you registered for Summit? Do you have your Summit ticket? All hands should be going up saying, yes, I do, because, hi, it's just a few blocks down the road. So are you registered for Summit? And as long as I've been in this business 10 years, truly, I have heard for 10 years over and over and over again that live events are the game changers for people. It's why I've always been so passionate about them. That combined with my background in fitness, I think live events are game changers. But in 10 years, I have heard countless coaches from all levels of the business say live events were their game changer. So if over 10 years, I have heard hundreds of coaches say that, that leads me to believe it's pretty important that we're at live events. And there is no bigger live event than Summit, and it can be a game changer. Number 8, Do you have a ticket for the super weekend event? And I say super weekend because each market, you know, some are on Saturday, some are on Sunday, sometimes they're even on Friday. But do you have a ticket for your super weekend event? And if you can't get there live, do you have it for the virtual option? And if you can't, if your particular market doesn't have a virtual option, then find a market that does. The information's the same. It's a corporate video. You might learn something from another market. But if you're not showing up to a super weekend event 4 times a year, four, and I'm going to get on my soapbox just for a minute. Please do not tell me that your child has a practice that day and you can't miss it. Because I'm telling you, I have 3 daughters. I have missed practices and rehearsals, and they're fine. And in no way do they think I do not love them. They know exactly why I build this business. It's okay to miss a practice or rehearsal 4 times a year to show up at this event that could be the game changer, because we never know what conversation or what little nugget from stage or what piece of the corporate video or what might happen in the live workout that makes our light bulb go on and go, yes, now's my time. But if we're not in the room, it will never happen. So do you have a ticket for a super weekend event? Next, are you showing up daily on social media? What is your platform? Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Is it Instagram stories? Where? I know. Where are your people, Winnie? Where are they? Where are your people? My people used to be on Facebook. Now my people are more on Instagram. That's where I'm getting new people. I'm reconnecting with longtime friends on Facebook, but new people are on Instagram. So I'm going to show up in both places, and I'm going to show up every single day. And if you go back and look at when you first got on social media, you should be able to see those posts from all that time back because you've continued to show up. And hopefully you see an evolution in what you're posting, that it has gotten gradually better. You can't take a day off from social media. I think it was Artina at Summit who said posting is your paycheck, because you can be doing the programs and drinking the shakes and doing all the things, and if nobody knows about it, nobody knows about it. They can't be in your challenge groups or be part of your team or have the blessing of this business because they don't know about it. So are you showing up daily on social media? Your coach that comes to you and says, I want this business, are they showing up on daily on social media? Are they posting pictures of their cat? I'm sure their cat's cute. Their cat doesn't send them a paycheck or change the world. So are they showing up daily on social media? Do you have an intentional social media strategy? That is the next one. That is number 10. Do you have an intentional social media strategy? Meaning, are you using the social media planner that we shared several weeks ago? Are you integrating that into your Sunday night and making a plan for your week ahead? Because if your coach is coming to you saying that they want to build this business and they are posting willy-nilly whatever with no plan, they don't want to build the business, because every single business has a marketing plan. And guess what? Your coach and you and me, we are all CEOs of a multi-million-dollar business. So we need a marketing plan. And for us, that means social media. So what's going on your Facebook tomorrow? What's going on your Instagram tomorrow? Because, you know, we're gearing towards that October 22nd shift shop. So is your coach that says they want to build a business gearing towards that October 22nd shift shop launch as well? Are they intentionally marketing on their social media? That's number 10. Number 11, are they leveraging launches, new products, and coach groups? I think we've seen how amazing these trainer-led groups can be. So the coach that comes to you and says they want to get to diamond, they want to build this business, they want to create some income, are they leveraging the launches, the new products, and these coach test groups? Because now they're not just hearing best practices from you, they get to hear it from a trainer. They get to hear it from other coaches. So if they're not in that group, they're missing out on that invaluable dialogue. So the coach that's coming to you that says they want to build, are they leveraging? Are you going to see on their intentional social media strategy them talking about the new launch of Energize? Are you going to see them talking about the relaunch of Shift Shop? Are you going to see them talking about the new launch of Transform 20? Are they leveraging all the new stuff that's coming out? Or are they just doing hip hop abs that was out years ago? And are they leveraging the coach test groups and using those as recruiting tools? Because those are huge. Number 12, remember, this is your coach that says, I want to do something with this business. And it could be you saying, I want to do something with this business. Number 12 is, did you achieve Success Club last month? Sometimes that's the most painful question. Did you achieve Success Club last month? Because the bottom line is, my friends, if you're not achieving Success Club, you're not doing the thing you said you wanted to do as a coach, and you're not going to build a business. And I can't sugarcoat it. And that's really not a judgment. It's just a fact. It just is. And there are metrics in every single business. This is a business. Yes, it's a business of hearts. It's a business of potential. It's a business of possibility. It is a life-changing business. It's still a business. And there's a metric. And that metric is Success Club. And those points equal people. And you got into this business to help people. And the metric is 3 a month. 3. So if you're doing all the things, you should be helping 3 new people a month. And if your coach who says they want to do amazing things and replace an income and advance rank is not hitting Success Club, then you got to go back to that foundation and figure out why. Because that is non-negotiable. That is non-negotiable. You can't go any further in the business unless you're hitting Success Club. And there's a lot of us on the call who've hit Success Club a lot of months in a row, which makes it challenging to accept anything less. It is October 7th. I'm at Success Club 10. That doesn't happen every month, but this month I'm at Success Club 10 because I've been very diligently tweaking and adjusting to do a better job of inviting. It also means this is month 103 consecutive of Success Club. So don't tell me you can't find 3 people, because I've been finding them for 103 months. And if I can, you can, because I'm not super smart and I'm not very creative, and I've been doing this a long time. And some of you come into this with so much more enthusiasm and so much more creativity, and so do your coaches. And if they're coming to you saying they want to build a business and they're not hitting Success Club, you got to go back and figure out why, what they're not doing to hit Success Club. That's foundational. Number 13, have you finished a personal development book start to finish last month? And that doesn't mean read. You could listen. I think listening is the new reading. I listen to a lot of stuff because it's easier to get it in. I'm listening to it while I'm getting ready in the morning, listening to it in the car. I'm listening to it when I'm doing stuff. But if you're not doing a book, you're missing out on that too, because a book is kind of like a program. It's that constant thread. I love me some podcasts like everybody else does. I love a good podcast, but the book is the constant thread. And I need you to understand it doesn't have to be something heavy like a John Maxwell or Brian Tracy book. I always use those as examples because I think those are heavier books. It does have to be something that is a catalyst for growth personally, because you cannot grow professionally unless you're growing personally. If you're not feeding your mind, if your coach is not feeding their mind with the right stuff, they're not going to grow their business. So it doesn't matter what they want to do with it. Put them outside, please. This house is chaos tonight, people. This is what happens when I leave for a few days. Okay, number 14. Go on, lady. This one's not very exciting. Go on. Number 14, have you successfully implemented a tip, tool, or strategy that you've learned at a recent training, in a recent book, or on a recent call? Let me repeat. Have you successfully implemented a tip, a tool, or strategy that you've learned at a recent training, in a recent book, or on a recent call? And that is because we can read all the books and attend all the trainings and show up at all the Super Saturdays and do that. But if we're not taking that information and putting it into practice in some way, then we're missing the point. So your coach that comes to you that says they want to build this business, if they are showing up, but they're not doing the things that they're learning, they probably don't want to build the business. I mean, it makes sense, right? So you don't have to implement all the stuff we learn. That'd be way too much. We have to learn as CEOs of multi-million-dollar businesses how to cherry pick a little bit, implement it. If it works, awesome, do it again. If it doesn't, try something else. This is a business of evolution, which makes it so amazing. So have you implemented it? I had a coach long time ago that never did anything with the business. And he told me how he listened to personal development all day long. He put personal development in his ears all day long. But you know what the missing link was? He wasn't doing anything with it. He was just listening to it. He was putting really good stuff in his head, but he wasn't taking any action on it. And he never did anything with the business because he missed that connector. He missed that connector. So have you implemented a tip, tool, or strategy? And last, number 15, your coach that comes to you and says, I'm ready. I'm all in. I want to be in the next training. Are you actively engaged on the Sparta Nation team page? That's number 15. Are you actively engaged on the Sparta Nation team page? Are you asking questions? Are you giving recognition, shout outs? Are you engaging in the posts that are on there, giving people high fives or signing up for trainings, whatever it might be? Are you engaged in the Sparta Nation team page? Because that's our hub. And if your coach says they want to build a business, but they're not even in the team page, it's going to be really hard for them to stay connected to the team, which will help them grow their business. So those are 15. You know what I can do too right now? I'll put this in the chat and then you guys can save the chat. So there they all are in the chat, and you can save the chat, and the questions are there too. And then you can copy paste them or, rewrite them into slides to make something for your team. But these are 15 questions to sort of assess when that person comes to you and says they want to build and build and build. They want to grow and they want to make a difference with this business. These are questions to ask them. And if their answers are no to some of these, then it's a great teaching moment. It's not a, let me kick you to the curb and you can't be on our team anymore. This is a teaching moment. This is a question asking moment. Okay, you haven't registered for Summit. Let's talk about why that is. Well, I don't know if I have any money. Okay, cool. Let's help you run some challenge groups to create some income to pay for your Summit ticket, because we know Summit's not negotiable. I didn't hit Success Club last month. All right, awesome. Let's dig into that. How many people are you inviting? So use the questions as a way to know who your runners are, who your people that truly are aligning their actions with their goals, and as a way to dig in a little bit and ask good questions so we can help people move our businesses forward. That's our job as a coach, is to help people move their businesses forward every single day closer to their goals. And later this month, maybe I'll share what Carl shared at the end of the day yesterday, because it was pretty ballsy, I thought, and I loved it. I was high-fiving him from my seat. And I think it's time for us as coaches. Chris said it on our team call, and he said it again at leadership. We tiptoe around this business. We tiptoe around what is done in our lives. We're so afraid to send the invite when we know that if someone hadn't invited us, we wouldn't be on this team call, and we wouldn't have the blessing of this business in our life. And we tiptoe around it. And it's time for us to step into what this business has done in our lives. It doesn't have to be financial. It could be the community. It could be travel. It could be financial. It could be mindset. It could be physical. There's a myriad of things that this business has done in your life. And other people are looking for that too. And it's time for us to step into that and own it and stop sort of dancing around the fact that this is a business. It's a business that changes lives, but it's a business. And it's okay to bless and release some people. And it is more than okay to not want to drag people along, because nothing takes the joy out of this business more than feeling like you're dragging people along. And Rob and Chelsea Pearson, if you follow them on Instagram or Facebook, spoke on Friday. And one of their phrases that I wrote down, and I highlighted it, I think Rob said it: if you find yourself constantly dragging and tagging coaches to get their attention so that they'll do the thing, they're probably not going to do the thing. if you're constantly dragging and tagging someone, and nothing eliminates the joy of this truly incredible business more than feeling like you're dragging people along. And these questions can help you assess the ones that really want to run and the ones that are just saying they want to run. And I found them to be a really powerful gut check for myself as well. Because if I can't answer all of these questions yes, then I better get myself in gear. So I love this guideline for myself, as a checklist for myself, and as a checklist for my team. And I hope that you find it valuable in that way as well. So to wrap up this rather chaotic, crazy call tonight, October 21st, Super Sunday. I feel like there was something I wanted to say about that other than just buy your ticket, www.tbbindiana.com. I think that was April, Aaron, Jamie, have I forgotten anything from leadership that I should have said, haven't said?
I feel like you got the most important parts that we need to worry about now.
Okay.
Now, so everything else. And I bet we'll have some graphics that Beachbody will put together for us that we'll just drop in the page so that you guys can kind of, and Super Sunday, you'll get to fill out your calendar. So come prepared.
Yeah, we're excited for that. We're going to do a little exercise on Super Sunday with strategic calendar planning, and actually taking a calendar and putting pencil to paper and making a plan for you from November, December. And if I can find, I have some of the calendars. I'm hoping they're going to drop them all in the app, and we'll do January, February, March. So you start to get a strategic plan for the next 6 months for your business. Because what are you? You're CEOs of a multi-million-dollar business. Freaking own that. Because until you do, nobody else is. Your team's not going to. Until you own that and you believe that, your team's not going to. But the minute you believe that you're the CEO of a multi-million-dollar business, well, who doesn't want to be a part of that? I sure do. And so will your team. No more dragging and no more tagging. They're either paying attention and they're in and you're working with them and it's joyful, or they're hobby coaches, and that's okay too. Assess where you need to spend your time. That will bring you the most joy and will foster the love of this business, because this business is too freaking amazing to not be in love with it every single second. And use these questions as a gut check for you. Get your tickets for Super Sunday, get your merchandise, order yourself some extra Energize, my friends, because I'm doing the workout on Super Sunday, and my goal is to make someone either puke or cry or both. So if I can do that, then all will be well. But if you're not in Indiana, then just get your ticket to your Super Weekend event, wherever that might be. And as always, I will post this and a half recording in the team page. Yeah, Erin.
Okay. So you said it, but I just want to emphasize it, that get your own Proving Grounds bundle tonight, like right now, like do that for sure. Like don't say, like, I really don't want anyone on this team to say, man, I wish I would have taken advantage of that launch and not. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to be all in. I know April's going to be all in, whether or not you've sold one, just get your own bundle and just trust us on this, that you need to be doing that program right now when Chris starts that program. And so you'll be able to access that live workout. The second thing, and I know I missed the first 2 minutes of the call. Did you tell everybody that at Super Sunday, we will know who the keynote speaker is at Summit?
Oh, I did not. I had forgotten that. Yes, they did say that it's this Super Sunday, they're going to announce who the keynote speaker is for Summit next year. Everyone thinks it's going to be Rachel Hollis.
They've made a huge deal, and they are keeping us on the edge of our seats. But also there's discounted Summit tickets all month long. And there's that whole incentive for diamonds and below, that if you're hitting Success Club, you're going to get $200 of travel cash. So if you guys hit Success Club October, November, December, and you're diamond and below, and you're registered for Summit by the end of October, you're going to get $200 of travel cash. Like, you're going to get paid to go to Summit. And so I think it's like a no-brainer times 1,000. And so I just want you all to know, like, it's for you to take advantage of, but share that with your brand new coaches right now, that getting that $145 ticket is just a huge value. And then they're basically paying for a night of your hotel rooms too,
So it feels like almost like a number 16 on this list should not just be, checking in with the Sparta Nation team page, but you should be checking in with your Coach Breaking News as well in your Coach Online office, because those announcements are not only on the National Wake Up Call, but they're also in the COO. So, you know, Erin is sharing this amazing news, and I'm looking at people going, oh my gosh, what? I didn't know. Well, it was on the National Wake Up Call, and it's also in our Coach Breaking News. So it's not a judgment, it's a gut check. Oh, that's a gut check.
Yes, stay in the know. You have, like, be that CEO. Be the CEO. Yeah, but that's it. Okay, I'm done now.
And then
one more thing.
Our diamond shift. Jamie, go ahead, and then I'll talk about the diamond shift.
So I think people are wondering, like, if I already have these agility markers, I already have everything, why would I do it again? Well, coaches can buy challenge packs now. So, and if you want to make money in a business, sometimes you have to spend money, you know? And so I know that I want to have that live workout with Chris. So I'm going to buy another completion pack or whatever I can do to get that live workout if by midnight I don't have someone who is going to buy the challenge pack. So I'm just putting myself in the spot of the greatest potential by buying my own, so I can be in that live workout.
Because then what will you do, Jamie? You'll probably Instagram story that live workout. You'll talk about that live workout, and that will provide social media content for your intentional marketing strategy, because that's still a whole week before Shift Shop starts. So you'll use that content to then, anyone who wasn't part of that, to help invite them for the whole next week. Do you see how everything is set up for us to succeed? And one last item, tomorrow we're super excited about this group, the Diamond Shift. And last count, I think we had like 100 people that had applied.
117.
117. So we've kind of been going through and approving those. And let me just touch on that super quickly. If you requested to join the group, and the answer to the second question, have you paid your registration fee, says anything other than yes, I'm not letting you in that group. Erin's not letting you in the group. April's not letting you in the group. Erica's not letting you in the group. If the answer to that question says, I don't know how to pay that fee, it's going to be challenging to build a multi-million-dollar business, because the link to pay that fee was in the email. So again, this is not a judgment. This is a fact. If the answer to that second question, have you paid your fee, is anything other than yes, you're not going to get in that group. And there's a lot of people already in the group. So a lot of people already figured out how to pay it. So I'm just going to leave that right there on the table for you to take what implication you want. You can figure it out. Figure it out. That's part of learning how to build a multi-million-dollar business. But we really hope that once you filled out the registration form, you get your fee in tonight, and we are ready to go tomorrow. We got some great content that we learned this week, and we're just super excited to have an explosion of diamonds in the next 6 weeks and watch this momentum take off. So anything else okay, cool. You guys have a great week. Let's rock this second week in October. And as Carl told us yesterday, you got to own it. You have to make the decision to own it. Whatever your goal is, it's not anyone else's responsibility. And most of all, it's not anyone else's fault. When you own it, you get to own it and create it. And whatever you want to create with this business, you can do it if you step into it. So let's head into the second week of October. Make it amazing. And I'll see you all at Super Sunday. Have a great night.